Look who's here today.
Hi guys.
I was beginning to think he wasn't going to come back. He was absent for a few weekends.
Well, I had to work that one.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Well, show you what we're doing again today.
Stop. Hammer time.
Jesus, Pete. Kagan's messing with parts of my truck trying to remove stuff because he wasn't here last time.
It's not my fault you didn't get to it with a hot glue gun yet.
I hot glue gun. I've got a piece of 2-inch square stock up in there, or rectangular stock actually. But anyways, it's I don't have an angle across the front yet because I don't want to weld that close to the back of the cab. We're going to have to remove the bed off the truck to work on it some anyways before I paint it stuff. So anyways.
He hasn't stuck it with the sticker yet, so I went.
Yeah, he was trying to pull it out. I said, don't, it's supporting stuff. Anyways, here's what we're doing. So I got my new diamond plate here. That happened in the last video. Notice there's a big hole here I can stick my hand through, and that's not cool. And the fender well's a little off right now. So
ventilation.
Yeah, ventilation. Brakes won't get hot that way, right? No. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to cut a piece. I'm going to redo this bedside, and we're going to put more of a skirt on it. And so this is where I go flatbed, because this is going to be more of a kind of a tradesman style bed when I'm done with it. I mean, really, I really like those, but they're like cheapest ones I found is like close to $9 grand, and I'm like, nope, I can build one cheaper than that. And this is going to kind of have its own unique flavor to it, anyways.
Doesn't that make it like a true tradesman bed? If you build the tradesman bed, you are a tradesman.
People's never going to buy that when it's me.
Bedception.
So anyways, so I'm going to walk you through what I'm about to do and why. Okay, as you can see, I have got some lines drawn. Some of these lines have been scribbled out, but then I've already made a few cuts because I'm pretty sure that's where I'm cutting at. So you're going to say, well, why are you cutting that for? You know, that's not the bedside. Well, my plan is I want a 16-inch toolbox door here in the side of the bed, and try to back up. There's stuff behind me here. We're kind of close up, but I want a 16-inch toolbox in this bed, 16-inch wide, about 22 inches tall. We'll figure that out once I get the skirting down where it's supposed to go to. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to move this piece over here, and I'm going to cut this piece out and move it back over here. So we're going to do like a swap-a-roo thing there. And once I do that, then I'm going to measure where my opening is going to be at, and I'm going to take this piece of sheet metal over here, and I'm going to cut my side out of it. And that way I'm going to go ahead and cut, once I get that stuff moved, all the way down through here and remove this whole sheet off the side of it. There's not much here left. Just this piece here is a little bit bigger, and this piece here is a little bit bigger. But don't worry, we're not wasting stuff, because even the bottom that me and Dad cut out the other day is sitting out here. And I plan on reusing that for other things that go with this bed, and you'll see more of that as it goes along. And I am gonna put a tally together here in a little bit on the whiteboard, and we'll keep track of how much money I've got in the bed so far, because that's kind of the main game here. Is as I build this budget flatbed, we want to keep track of how much I'm spending and see if I really can do it that much cheaper than purchasing a tradesman's bed. So let me get my stuff set up, and I'm gonna start cutting. I think I got about all the good I'm gonna get out of that wheel. But I got it cut out. That was my main goal. So now I'm gonna finish cutting this piece out. I gotta get another wheel, and then I gotta brace it up and weld the pieces back in. So yeah, let me finish that up. Okay, so I've got my piece kind of set back up there, and something I'm doing is I'm gonna tack the top of it because it might need to pivot up on this end some after I tack it. But what I want to do at the top is I want to go across with what's left of that little wheel I used earlier, because I know I cut it with that thickness. And so I'm going to make sure that fits all the way across the top. And I've got a magnet here holding it this way, and I've got a magnet here holding it this way. And I'm going to start a tack here. And once I tack here, I'm going to remove this magnet from this side. I'm going to make, oops, I pushed my magnet down. Anyways, I'll remove my magnet from this side, and I'll check the other side, make sure it's level. I'll set this back up, get the welder, and I'm just going to tack. I'm going to make sure I get that back in there square. So yeah, I'll show you. So Kagan's over there filing my new piece. Here, I'll show you what I got done. Man, we got dirt on there. That's better. You guys can kind of see now. Gee whiz, I can't believe that got dirty. Must have been from grinding. What? Anyways, so this right here, I went ahead and clamped a bar from there to there, and that's pretty sturdy. And so when we set our piece in there, now it'll set flush on that, right in that corner. We'll push it back, and then at least that 90 will be right. But yeah, Kagan's kind of make sure that's smooth. So when I get back, we'll set that on there, and I'll get it in place and we'll weld it. Okay, so it's welded. So let me show you what I've done after welding it, and what we're going to do next. So this sits 7 inches from the metal decking to the underneath the lip. And so what I done is I welded a piece of angle in, or not angle, piece of square that's 7 inches long, and just tacked it to the bottom of this lip so it's off the right height, because there's really no support here in the center, and this metal is staying. So yeah, and on this side I took a scribe line and all the way down through here, and then all the way, oops, and there, and then down through there. But I'm going to cut this side out, and then we'll cut another piece of metal to fit in here. That way I can build that skirting. And I want to bring that piece basically all the way to here. I'm going to cut across through here, and then bring that piece where it stops at my 16 inches across from this. And that way, that is the other side of my toolbox, or my opening, and then I'll just fill in the bottom. So yeah, that's the next step. Do some cutting. Dun, dun. I look cooler than these ones. My story, I'm sticking to it. Don't want to come off!
It's like it's attached or something.
I cut that, I know I did. There we go, there we go.
Hold on.
Ta-da! Alright, so I realize that you guys can't see a whole lot that's going on this piece of sheet metal, because we've got some marker and we've got some scribes on here, and with the light and everything, and it being a shiny piece of metal, you can't see any marks on this. Maybe you can, but from the screen I'm looking at, you can't. So I'll just tell you what we've done. I took the piece I cut off and I laid on here, and I got me a scribe mark here, which is the back angle of the truck. And we came down 25 inches from the end here and scribed us a line across, because I want the skirt to be 25 inches long. And we'll add 2 inches of box tube to the bottom of it, which will give me 27 inches of skirting with a rub rail. It'll look nice. And then we came over here and we measured the tire layout. We took a string and a pencil and done the diameter of the tire, and we measured off of it. We set the fender. I'll go ahead and grab the fender here. We measured everything out and got the fender squared off of where the tire is, and we're taking 2 3/4 inch on each side, and I'm coming up 4 inches. That way I've got 4 inches of clearance between the tire and the inner fender for squat. That seems to be kind of the industry standard from what I've been reading. And once I had the tire up on there, we took a marker, and like I said, you guys can't see this line, but took a marker and laid this line out around through here, which is my cut for my fender. And then here is where the toolbox door will be, so we cut the metal here to cut it off. And so it is laid out now for me to cut. And what I'm probably going to do, just because I want clean cuts, is I'm going to cut this with a cutoff wheel here, 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 and here. And then I'm going to take my, once we cut this across here, I'm going to take my plasma cutter and cut a good bit on inside this line to allow myself some grinding room to clean it up. But I'm going to cut this out with the plasma because it doesn't leave as good as an edge when you cut it with the plasma right now. Now maybe I need to learn more about my pressures and amperage and everything, and maybe how I run it. But I'm not that good with it yet, so I'm going to leave myself a little leeway to grind it smooth. But it's all laid out. I'm going to cut this out, and then we'll set it up on the truck and tack it in place. All right, I'm dirty and pretty excited though. So check this out. We've just got it mocked up right now. It's being held on by that one, and it's being held on by these, and we got wood blocks, so it's not really, that's about 1.5 inches, but it tapers in because it's kind of wedged in there. It'll be even when I do it, but check that out. That looks pretty awesome. It makes them 19.5s look bigger when you put a fender around it. So Dad had a brilliant idea while we're doing this. We're going to take that fender back off, and we're going to flip it over on that and go ahead and make the other one, because they should be the same size, and we think we can lay it within that fender well that we cut out. So I can show you we got plenty of meat left right here, and make this the front end of that one and this the back end, and make the fender well right here. And we can use this sheet of metal to make both sides, and that way when I get my sheet of metal that I'm getting from Walker, I can use it just to make boxes. So anyways, we're going to do that, so stick with me. All right, garage door's closed, heater's on. We're calling a night. I'm tired. I've been at work today actually, and it's just about time to, you can see there, about 6 o'clock. So, well, 5:30. It'll be 6 o'clock time I get home. So we're closing this one out, but I'll show you what we got done. So right here, I went ahead and tacked it all the way across. But there's our bedside right there. Now I'm gonna have to add on to up here, but hey, we'll get there. This right here is in. I gotta, if you look at it, you can see it's kicked in at the top. So now that we've got everything on here, I gotta put that back out some. But we've got our skirt hanging down. You can see how much further it hangs down than where it used to be. Good 5 inches there, and then we do our 2 inch on the bottom, and that'll take it down to where it's the same height as the body of the truck. So, and look here. We don't have it tacked on, we don't have it cut out, but I'm gonna cut this whole bedside out here, and I gotta cut this and extend this part out. We have got the other fender already template cut out. We've got it clamped on here. We drew some little marks here for where I'm gonna cut it at. But when I pull that down, I'll just cut it out and call that a day. Put it back in there and tack it back in. And both bedsides will be done. And so then it'll be on to building toolboxes. So that's it for this one. That's the bed sides. I'll make that other side look like this side, straighten it out, and probably next time you guys see me, I'll either be doing toolboxes or roll bar or bumper, I don't know, just whatever we decide to do next. So, see you later. Thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button while you're at it.